venue. It's a jewel. Never been to Park University, so the first time here. Very nice, very nice. Excited to hear you all's work as well. Like Corinna said, though, I go by the stage name of Davar. It is a Hebrew word that actually means the word, so which makes sense to me. I've worked in the urban setting for like 14 years professionally, where I've seen a lot of adversity. And so tonight you're going to hear two poems that are addressing some adversity from an urban perspective, dealing with some of the issues that are present amongst the youth that I've seen and have worked with, and then I'll have two more poems that have dealt more with my personal struggles in overcoming my issues and adversities. So I'll start out with this one. It's called The Oracle. This is just my perspective of poetry. I take poetry seriously. You get to know me, I'm kind of a silly person, I have some passions, of course, but poetry is one of my passions that I take seriously and really understand that it is a weapon, even if used properly, to destroy a lot of misconceptions, right? And it can also be used to change society. The old phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword, right? So poetry is a very serious matter for me. So this first piece is called The Oracle. To me, poetry is prophecy. And a prophet is a poet who flows with the words of the Most High. So while most lie to others about self to get more lovers under cover and stealth, I speak to uncover the most set-apart place which hosts the ark or case of the oracle, which is wisdom, the true wealth given, imploring you to come out of her, my people. So listen, 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 for these are the days when good will be called evil, and the entire earth will be under the dark wings of a bald eagle who stands tall and regal until her fall is mingled with blood and fire. And he who says he loves the Messiah but keeps not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. That's why in pools of sin men swim, then offend him as they succumb when Ben Grimm sin-skinned to tempt limbs from singing hymns and praises. But that's why my pages of poetry are like the words of sages flowing free, so that we might know how to be saved from this depraved generation that's entrenched in wickedness, surrounded by a twisted mist that shifted bliss from knowledge to ignorance. But see, a prophet is he who speaks words of deliverance to the people, like a shepherd defending his flock, protecting them from the wolves and leopards so that the bleating of the lambs won't stop, like his pleading for them to not eat the meat bleeding so that their precious pen won't get rocked with righteous judgment. Because a prophet is a witness to the vows that we have taken in the eternal covenant of life and speaks truth to power during this final hour despite threats from government to take his life. Because a prophet is a light to the darkness. Just like a poet is supposed to be an artist who writes what his heart gets, what inspired, hitting targets, breathing fire like sparks spit from a choir of seraphim with thinking higher to declare to beings that Yahushua is the Messiah, which is the true spirit of prophecy. And logically, poetry is the attempt to get humanity to move from vanity to look at existence cosmically with rhyme or prose so that possibly those with blind eyes might hear what grows beneath the surface. But few are they who reach this purpose, so their speech is worthless, as they suffer defeat because they worship that which is deplorable. But blessed are they whose feet are planted firmest in the waters of life and seeks to stir this place of sons and daughters before the slaughter with the light of the oracle. ULit.